Hello, this is Darwalk, and this is part 4 of my attempt to get Shovel Knight from 0% up to the Platinum Trophy. If you've seen the previous parts, you'll know that I've been kind of skipping through main stages and just showing what's relevant to the trophies that I'm collecting. This one's going to be a little bit different because there's only 2 trophies available to me at this point in the game, and that is for finishing the game and also for collecting all the music scrolls. So if I end up cutting down all the progress through the main stages, then there won't be a lot left for this video because that's all that remains basically. So I am actually going to show it the entire thing, minus a lot of the repeat sections because I died a lot. So before this gets underway, we need to talk about this odd effect that we're seeing in the sky here, this checkerboard pattern that flickers on and off. And also when I fish up a trowel in a second, you're going to see that the text box is glitching out graphically. So that's very odd. I suspected at first that my PlayStation 5 was on its way to an early grave, so I googled to make sure that that was not the case, and yes, other people have noticed this, specifically playing Shovel Knight on a PS5, but somebody also mentioned they may have seen it on a 3DS once, so it's very odd. It's unfortunate because it looks horrible, and you even see it on some of the black transition screens. You'll get a weird color checkerboard where it's supposed to just be black. But I wasn't gonna switch over to PlayStation 3 or 4 and not be able to capture the footage, so I guess I'll just leave it here, and if anyone from Yacht Club Games notices and decides to patch it out, that would be lovely, but I'm not expecting much on that, given how old this game is now. So what you're seeing is my first time through, so I wasn't really aware of what was going to happen next at any given point. And I was also still clinging to the vague notion of keeping my gold totals quite high for the sake of getting the Order of Hoarders trophy, which requires 50,000 gold. So for that reason I decided to kill myself here, pick up my gold, and then recollect it on the next time. If I had known what the rest of the stage was going to involve, I wouldn't have bothered, because I'm going to lose quite a lot of gold before this is over. About this point I started thinking about what comes next in terms of trophies, and eventually having to clear this stage without using any relics. I have no idea how you're supposed to cross that gap without relics, except obviously bounce on the rats. So this is filling me with a lot of anxiety about the next playthrough. This is a particularly evil bit of level design here because you don't really have time to stop and think, and I like to plan out where I'm going to go next. It wasn't possible because if I stood still I'd get squashed. So I ended up getting squashed many times before I figured out the correct pattern of movement here. Once you know the path, it's probably not that bad, but until you know the path, it's a complete nightmare. And again, I was kind of in the back of my mind thinking about eventually having to do this without dying. And again, yes, considering throwing in the towel already. So I was aware that there was still one music sheet left somewhere, so I had to check every part of every level. That's why I'm messing around with all this. Taking a little pause to maybe try and plan out a route here, but I hadn't yet figured out that the visual hint is that the rain splashes off the solid platforms. I didn't figure that out until I had left this area, so the fact that I got through it was luck more than any sort of planning. I just brute forced my way through that boss fight, didn't really figure it out. Okay, there follows a little bit of story stuff. I'm gonna skip through that because it doesn't feel right to cover all the story when I've skipped most of it up to this point. So we'll go through that when I get to the New Game Plus. I spent quite a bit of time trying to get myself into a right position to safely use one of my relics to take out enemies while on this moving platform, and I think I frequently managed to knock myself off it and fall to my death. Now I know, with the benefit of hindsight, that you can use the platform to kill the enemies, and I think that's the preferable way to do it. But I didn't know that at this point, so expect more stupid deaths. I also didn't know that the platform would stop when it reached the bottom of the screen, so I thought if I went too low I was gonna die, hence all this jumping. But actually it's safe, you can just let it sink to the bottom. Despite having seen it happen, I haven't yet figured out that you can just run into the enemy with the platform, so I'm trying to get it with the anchor, which is the wrong move. Although it actually worked, so unfortunately I was probably going to stick with that tactic for the time being. That was a suicide run to get the last scroll. This is another one of those nasty bits where it puts you under time pressure. You don't know what's ahead, you have to just hope for the best. Eventually you will learn what comes next and then you can plan it, but at the moment I'm just kind of trying to stay alive. Again, that felt very scrappy, but I was relieved to get through it, so I'm not going to complain about that. And that unlocked the final boss. I was still missing about 5 or 6 music sheets, and it turns out they're all in that one stage. So next job was to collect those and then beat the game. Last boss defeated with huge thanks to the Armor of Chaos. Being able to hang in the air next to her head made it much easier than it could have been. And there is a very nice ending, a very charming ending to this game. However, because I skipped so much of the main game on this playthrough, I'm not going to show that here. That will be in a future video, so stay tuned if you want to see it. Alright, end credits here. I'm going to skip through those as well to get to the stats at the end. So the red X at the start there means there were no checkpoints. So for the trophy I need to destroy all the checkpoints in all the stages. Looking at the total time there, I spent over 1 hour in Pridemoor Keep somehow. Same for Explodatorium. For reference, the speedrun trophy requires you to finish the entire game in under 1 hour and 30 minutes. And unfortunately the time played there, 10 hours 47 minutes, gets added on to your New Game Plus. So it's not possible to do the speedrun in New Game Plus. I think it used to be, but they patched it, so no longer possible. What I can do in New Game Plus is beat the game without dying at all, which will give me that trophy, plus the one for not falling into any bottomless pits, and the one for collecting all the gold, because if I don't die I don't lose my gold. Okay, I forgot to hand in the music scroll, so I popped back into my original save one last time to go back to the village and do that. And that is the last trophy I could get on my first playthrough, so happy to have done that. It would probably have waited until New Game Plus, but I like to keep everything wrapped up nicely. So that is the end of the introduction, but the real challenges are going to start now. So New Game Plus is next, without dying, breaking all the checkpoints, keeping 50,000 gold, all of that. And then afterwards I'm going to have to do another playthrough without spending any money or using any relics, and the speedrun is probably going to have to be a separate one. So all of that is coming up, and starting from New Game Plus I'll be showing every stage in its entirety, however not going into the bonus stages because that's just more chances to die that I don't need to do anymore. So we're going to get on with that very soon. Thank you for watching this, and I'll leave you with the trophies that I unlocked in this session. See you next time.